I want to discuss my reason for returning to Twitch instead of YouTube to stream. I saw a couple people in there in our poll that we did. If you've ever thought about making content, that you've thought about doing it yourself. Anyone hopping in or anything, we're talking about Twitch, talking about why I started streaming on Twitch instead of YouTube. And for me personally, it's because like I felt more successful when I was on Twitch. I literally got affiliate, okay? And I got it on my birthday. Like a month later, I decided to hop over to YouTube. And the reason I did that is because everybody at that time was hopping over to YouTube. Why would the big people be doing it? The faces of Twitch, why would they be swapping over to YouTube? So when everybody was jumping over to Twitch or YouTube from Twitch, it's when advertisements started turning into what it is right now, when they would play every 30 seconds as an ad break. Nobody wants to watch that shit. Nobody. And then they started messing with the like the split profits of subscriptions and stuff. So now it's 50-50 for affiliates. I feel like it was more powerful to be on Twitch. Like the people that chat on streams and stuff like that, they're over on Twitch. And I know, so I'm just a guy with, how many followers do I have? 94 followers. Ain't shit. that ain't anybody. But why should you listen to me? I've always had a passion for video games, really. And because of that, I started streaming, and I did it entirely wrong the first time around. I was solely focused on numbers, seeing numbers get bigger, larger. Because of that, I started hopping on trends, and all I started caring about was pumping out videos that were about things that were popular at the time, hopping on the trends. Because of that, I got extremely burnt out. I started not doing anything that was valuable or that I was passionate about. I was just talking about everybody else's opinions. I was watching a ton of videos about how to get popular, how to get more followers, how to do this, how to do that. Toxic. All of it's toxic. You shouldn't have to do that. And I think moving forward, what I'm going to start doing personally is I'm going to start making videos and stuff that I'm more passionate about. But I want you to ask yourself, if you're sitting there wondering if you should start this again, I would say yes. Just do it. What's it gonna hurt? 9 times out of 10, you're sitting there playing video games anyways. Now, do you have to sit here and talk to people? I mean, you're not gonna get popular unless you do, unfortunately. You gotta separate yourself. But the biggest thing is, you know, you gotta figure out why it's important to you if you want to start streaming and making content. And I gotta figure out how to start showing my passion of gaming that I've had since I was a child. And for me personally, I started playing when I was 2 years old on the Super Nintendo. I got that for my birthday. It was my parents. You know, growing up, I was never that kid that wanted to go outside and play. I wanted to be inside and play video games. And I remember in my early teens that I was like pushing, because my parents were trying to get me to go outside and you know, be a kid, blah 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 blah. But instead, I was like, one day you'll be able to make money doing this. And I remember so many conversations with my dad saying how silly it was that I thought I was going to be able to make money playing video games, and it's not even what it's about. I just want to make some cool shit, talk some cool people, and it solely revolve around video games. So back to when I was a teen, I remember these conversations with my dad, and one that stands out pretty in particular is when I was about 12, 13, I started skateboarding a little bit, started hanging around a wrong crowd, you know, that kind of shit. That was when like Halo 2 was super popular. Beginning of Xbox Live, beginning of like being able to party up with your friends and play, not at their house, but on the internet, you know. And it was so awesome. It was such a good time for video games. And I remember when I'd started screwing up a lot, and we ended up moving out in the country. And I don't think that was necessarily just because of me screwing up a lot. I self-consciously think that it somewhat swayed their decision to move out in the country. But I remember once we move out in the country, it's right when Halo 3 comes out. So now like gaming's going through the roof, right? And all of the friends that I used to have over for like Xbox LAN parties. Anybody who remembers those, remember them vividly. CRTVs everywhere, cables ran across. Parents would usually buy you some pizza, Mountain Dew, and you'd get down on some Halo with your friends. Unfortunately, me moving out in the country, we didn't have good internet, and I couldn't play Halo 3 online a lot. So all those friends that were outside being kids and blah, 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 now they're inside at their homes playing their video games, and I'm stuck at home. So I got into like music and skateboarding a lot. Fortunately for me, the kid down the road from me, he had a skate park in his barn, and it was sick, man. He had some quarter pipes, some half pipes, stuff like that, some boxes and some rails. So I got really, really decent at skateboarding. I'm not gonna say that I was anything special, but I was decent. Back to the video gaming side of things. Halo 3 comes out. All my friends start playing Halo 3, and I remember stumbling upon Justin TV, who would go on to be twitch.tv. And I remember another conversation with Dad saying, this is how it's going to happen. This is how gaming jumps the gap of being not just for one's entertainment, but actually being able to entertain people. Like, people are going to watch people play video games and stuff like this. At this time, I'm like 16. I remember him laughing, just laughing his ass off about how stupid it was for people to be watching other people play video games. Like, it was the dumbest idea. It was the dumbest idea. Look where we're at now. There's so many people. Like, there's what, 7 million? I think the last time I was looking at the numbers, there's like 7,900,000 streamers in the world trying to be successful. Let's loop it all back in. Why are we talking about this? I had recently just taken an entire year off of streaming, of making content, making videos. I was watching some old videos I had made with my wife on the couch, and like, it almost made me tear up how much I missed doing it. I was looking at videos, remembering how I'd spent so much time and effort into just random stuff I wanted to talk about. And the feeling of sitting back and being like, holy shit, I made that. That's awesome. How did I do that? How did I learn enough to be able to do that? I got super, not really depressed or down or anything. It was a weird feeling not being able to do that anymore. So then I'm just trolling on the couch, watching some YouTubes, and this video from the big streamer Ludwig pops up about basically how to be successful on Twitch. I'm like, okay, whatever. It's one of these videos, you know. Anybody that knows exactly what I'm talking about. This is how you get successful. But it wasn't one of those videos. It was actually a damn good video. I think being in that mindset, watching that video, I was like, dude, this guy is talking some real stuff. He's saying it. He's saying exactly what I need to hear right now. He starts off the video with like having you write down your goals. I don't know why, but I did it. And they're on this whiteboard over here. Write down your goals, your inspiration, who you want to be similar to, and why you want to. That way you sort of start holding yourself accountable. So I did. And if you must know, what I wrote down was, I want to be ambitious, kind, creative, consistent, and punctual. I want to make my points a little better than what I do right now. My inspiration is a few streamers, but why do I want to do it? I had a really hard time answering that question. Why do I want to do this? And the reason I landed on was, simply put, because I want to. That's it. I want to do it. I think it's fun. It's neat. It's awesome. I get to sit here and have a reason to talk about video games. Will I ever get to the point where I get to start streaming with other bigger creators? I sure hope so. That would be sick. If I don't try, then it's never going to happen. And then, you know, I think I have the ability to be impactful, positively affect the lives of others. Put a smile on that sweet little face you got there. I just think it's awesome. I have a lot of fun, like playing back video clips and making stuff out of them. If my wife was in here, she can tell you how annoying it is that I sit here and I often just laugh at myself about how stupid I am. There was a couple points throughout his video that really stuck with me, and I think it's going to stick with me, and I think that's why this time it's going to be different for me. He's talking about how you have to be proud of your work. I thought about, like, yeah, sure, I'm proud of my work, I made that, but what he's saying is basically being able to show others your work. And I got to be honest with you guys, like, truthfully honest, that is the scariest part of doing this. People you actually know in real life finding your stream, your TikToks, your YouTube shorts, your YouTube videos, it's absolutely terrifying. It makes you want to quit. If that's how you feel, you're not proud of your work. It sucks. You need to get better. That's what you need, though. That's what you need to get successful. You gotta get over that and start getting better. And I think that's where I'm at. I don't care who finds out that I stream on Twitch or make YouTube videos or I do any of it, because I think I can be successful doing it. The last part that stuck with me, I think the most, is you have to be, like, how's he word it? You have to be delusional, I think. I'm pretty sure that's how he puts it. You gotta accept a delusional ambition to do this, to be successful doing it. So what I would ask you with anything, it's not just streaming, it's not just content creation. I know some that are wanting to do businesses that they could potentially be better at doing, right? You gotta be delusional. You gotta pull yourself away from the denial and being less confident that you should be that you're gonna be successful, and then just be delusional about the fact that you're gonna be successful doing this. The reason I'm bringing all this up, I know it's kind of bobbing and weaving, and we're weaving in and out of points and different life experiences and stuff like that. That's fine. It leads back into my biggest takeaway from the video and why I'm back. I gotta accept the burnout, accept where I've been, accept where I should have made other choices over the 2 years that I did this before, and just be consistent, not in the fact of just posting a video just to post a video every week, but consistent with posting videos that I am proud of, consistently streaming and making a stream that I'm proud of. And it's all awkward. It's growing pains, though. We'll get there. If anything, how do I want to put this? If you stumble upon this video that I will probably make for YouTube of me talking about this, I feel like anybody that wants to stick with me and hang out in my streams and my videos and stuff, I need you to basically hold me accountable with what I'm saying right now. If you feel like I'm just hopping on, pumping videos out that aren't like my fullest potential just to chase views and a following, remind me. Be like, hey Ben, I don't think this is what you're all about. You remember that conversation on Twitch? Huh? Do you? Remind me why I'm here and why I'm doing it. Thanks for listening to my ramble. I'll probably link Ludwig's video somewhere if I do make a YouTube video out of this, because I think it's important to do that. Definitely I gotta call him out, because there's another part in this video where he's talking about the yoink and twist, and I realized something. It's not wrong to take inspiration from others. It's wrong to completely copy word for word every single idea that somebody that is successful does. Big difference. Big difference. Like, I know he does a lot of I let my viewers buy $15,000 worth of blah 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 blah. Okay, I don't have $15,000 to just throw away. But what I could do, inspiration, yoink and twist, is I could then take his idea and be like, you know, that's kind of neat, having Twitch chat decide what you're gonna buy. I could do it for like Christmas ideas. I let my Twitch chat decide my Christmas list that I'm gonna buy for my wife. Don't do that, because she probably watches. Feel good. So, baby's crying out there.